Right guys, welcome back to part 2 of the series of Through the Eyes of the Pro. Now in this series what we're doing is Lee, the amateur golfer, is playing golf through the eyes of myself, the professional. So what we're doing, we're out on the golf course, Lee's hitting golf shots, I'm telling him where I would hit certain shots and what clubs I would be using for certain shots out on the golf course, and we're seeing how well Lee does over 9 holes. Let's get back out on the golf course and see where he is right now. He's currently 1 over par in his first 3 holes. Let's see how he gets on.
Anywhere?
You can tee it up anywhere on this tee. Anywhere's good. We got an into-wind par 4. This is kind of a longish par 4. It's one of the sort of higher indexes, should we say. I want you to hit driver,
right,
and you're going to hit it pretty much at the bunkers down there on the left-hand side. So if I just pan in there, I can see those 2 bunkers down there. Going to hit it on the right edge of the first one, yeah, and just let the ball drift to the right a fraction on the wind. Okay.
Am I just normal full swing?
Normal full swing.
Down or anything?
Yeah, no, never for me. It's never flat out unless it's really wide open, but just a normal golf swing. Okay. Pick the target and commit to it. Not seeing that, Lee. Do you see it? Straight into the sunlight that went. See that down?
Yeah, the tree.
Okay, so that's probably gone down to the right hand side on that wind. We'll have a look when we get down there. I just couldn't see that in the sun at all.
A bit toey, that one.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, it might have geared left on us. We'll have a little look. Just short of 3 minutes, we found that.
Well, you said aim left, I aimed left, and it went left.
We've got the ball in that tree.
What more do you want?
See it pop in a spot. So Lee is just not liking this windy conditions out there. You can see the first tee shot that he had in part 1 on the first hole. He wasn't comfortable with that tee shot, hit it almost like went at it a bit harder, got that massive movement on the golf ball. And then the first tee shot now we've hit on the 4th hole in part 2, he's just going at it too hard. Sometimes you've just got to swing within yourself. When he gets uncomfortable, Lee starts hitting it harder, and therefore his strike starts to move around, and then he starts to get those different shapes coming up. So he's at big right ones, and now he's got that toe hooky left one. So he's lost a little bit of confidence off the tee.
Aim left, go left, left.
Basically, you've got 200 yards to the hole. We've got to hit a hard cut round. We're going to start it. You come over here. We're going to start it at the. Can you see the sign of the other hole there?
Yeah.
Just past the green on the right. You're going to start it there, and then you're going to hit a hard cut off that. That's what you're going to do.
What am I using for that hard cut?
So I would be using my kind of hybrid here.
Okay.
Obviously it's into wind. If I can get it anywhere around front left of the green, I've got then a pretty straightforward chip up the green.
Right, okay. For that side,
yeah,
the fade.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I could just knock it down there and then accept my bogey-ish shot and then just move on from there. But I just think if I can get this moving hard, yeah, from left to right, I can get it up and around the green area, you know? Okay. So just commit to the shot. Commit to the golf shot. See, it's chasing down there, isn't it? Gone down and through those trees, down in through there. Not quite the strike that I had in mind. It was a little bit off the toe, wasn't it?
A little bit heavy.
A little bit heavy, yeah. It was a tough lie, to be fair. You have to really get a good execution out of that. We'll find it. We'll find it. We have located ball. I mean, to be fair, this isn't a bad leave.
It came round.
It did what I asked you to do. It just went a little bit lower, and you didn't start it quite where I wanted you to. But it's not a bad spot to leave the shot. Not that probably you would be that excited about this bunker shot.
Greenside bunker, cool.
This sort of length?
Yeah, no, this is...
Okay, grab your 9-iron for me, please.
What?
I know you're a little confused at this stage, but we're going to go 9-iron. You're going to play it like a normal bunker shot. Open the face up slightly.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep that weight nicely on the left side. You're going to aim out to the right hand side of the green slightly. Okay, give it a good thump.
Are you sure, Dad?
Yeah, good thump, inch behind the ball, give it a good thump, all right? Weight on the left side, keep it there. That's a shame you got it a bit off the toe, didn't you?
Just bounced on the rock, the sand, it's hard.
Now, I'm a big fan of using a 9-iron or 8-irons out of sort of long 50, 60 yard bunker shots. I started using these shots very early on in my golf from a young age, and I've been able to play them over the years and execute them just like a normal bunker shot. So for me, it's a simplicity of a normal bunker shot. I'm not trying to do anything special with the shot. For Lee, complete confusion. So he's got in the bunker, he can't believe that I've given him a 9-iron, so he's got complete confusion with this shot. But you start to play these shots where you can get the ball coming out a little bit lower, get it chasing up the green a little bit. It's a really, really good shot to have in the bag. Something that I want Lee to continue to work on, but you could see their strike just killed him on that particular shot. Got it right off the tiptoe of the club, caught it a little bit heavy, just pinged it out to the right-hand side. But with a little bit of practice, it's a shot that I want him to have in his golf game. Perfect for yardage, just a bit too far right. Okay, 60-degree wedge is what I would be using straight away, because obviously you're going to have a decent lie.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got to go up and over this AstroTurf road, up and over onto the green. Now, again, a lot of damage being done down this hole. I'm not now trying to execute. Well, I'm trying to execute the shot correctly, but I'm trying to land it anywhere between the front part of that green and the pin. Okay, right. And then I'm expecting it to run past the pin, but I'm going to watch the ball as it goes past the pin, because I want to see the line as it comes back up towards the pin, basically. All right. So I'm hopefully going to get a good read with the putt. So be positive with this. You do not want to be landing this on the downslope of that hump in front of the green, because it will run straight through the green. You need a little bit of check and a bit of grab on the green for this shot. Okay.
Okay.
Go, 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 go. You could get a... Well, no, you're not going to get away with that. How did you play that, Lee? Did you tried to see... It seemed to like flop the shot.
I didn't try and flop it, I just kept... I had the fear in my head, if I had it normal, of just getting it too far and it not stop it. It's like everything for me, height is safety.
Yeah. What you got to be so careful of down here... Wander down. You've got to commit to the shot, because that's where obviously Lee's ended up. You've got to make sure you get it past these downslopes, especially on a firm condition. You've got to throw it onto the green from here. Because if you don't throw it all the way, you're going to end up in these types of situations where Lee got a little bit cute with it, landed it way too short, and now he's got himself a really tough shot. Or you land it on the downslope and it shoots on down through the green. You've got to commit to the shot. Good bit of execution, get you a bit of grab when it lands on the green. I would putt this. It's a decent enough lie, all right? You're going to aim it about probably 6 inches out to the right, because it's going to break at the beginning out to the right-hand side, from the right-hand side, and then it's going to straighten up as it gets up onto that green, okay? Started it a little bit too far out there, but it's coming in. Just snagged up in that rough a little bit early, didn't it?
Yeah, Potter just caught up as well.
Just got caught up in it, yeah. I putt for double here.
Oh, it's your fault.
So,
9-iron, so the idea was that?
Yeah. Putt for double, so I want to go, this is pretty straight, this putt, so just go straight at it, alright? You can be positive with this, because it's for double. But again, I'm not getting too worried at this stage. We're only on, what, the 4th hole. There's lots of holes to make it up on, okay? Good putt, well done. A good save in the end there, Lee, well done. To kind of summarise that hole for Lee right there, you could see as the hole was continuing on, I was giving him lots of different types of shots to play, shots that he wasn't comfortable with at all, because ultimately he hasn't practiced those shots. His demeanour was starting to drop, so his chin was starting to drop, and he was starting to lose a little bit of patience, lost a little bit of control on what he was trying to get from emotions, and I think that was just dragging him down shot after shot after shot. Ultimately, it's only hole 4. I want him to lift himself up and get himself back into the sort of scoring mode. Okay, right, downwind, so we need to start pressing a little bit now. Okay, so I'll be always positive up this hole. Driver, it's 370 yards, uphill but downwind, okay?
Right.
So let's just go up the aim-wise, because the wind is pretty much straight down, I'm going to be aiming just up the sort of left half of the fairway,
Okay.
and then just let it just do its drifty thing from there, alright? So left half, and again I'm going to be positive with this shot. Great drive, that's more like what we're looking for. Great tee shot. See that down, Lee?
Yeah, it's by that pink tree. It hit that pink tree.
Which one?
The red one.
It hit the red one?
Yeah.
That moved left, did it, on the wind?
It was pretty straight. I hit it with a bit of a slight draw, so
okay.
It's hit that.
You started it
tree.
bang on, I just couldn't pick it up.
Yeah.
Okay, good shot. Right, how far have we got?
78.
78 yards downwind, but obviously we've got quite a tree to go over between us and the flag. Is a tree about halfway up there. Now I'm going 60 degree wedge. I'm going to play it normal, okay? Play it normal, not going to try and do anything fancy, because the natural loft of the club should get it up and over that tree. Okay.
That tree's not even there for
no, and I'm going to play it pretty much like a fullish shot.
Full 60.
Full 60 from here. Okay, my 60 goes about 80 yards, and I just think if we can get it up in the air, it should drop down nicely for us.
Okay. Straight at the pin?
Straight at the pin. Straight at it. Good looking shot. Just a good shot. Perfect shot. Looks like you hit your 60 about 80 as well. After a decent drive that you've hit and then followed up by a really good second shot, now's a birdie, alright?
Right.
So I'm going straight at this.
Straight.
It might want to move a little bit off the left to right, but I'm playing a little bit of breeze there to just hold it up a fraction, alright?
Straight at it.
Straight at it. And you're going to finish, again you're going to try and finish about 9 inches past the cup.
Okay. Straight at it. That movement, when I push it.
I'd have to re-look at that, but that again, look at how far past you've gone.
Yeah.
Quite a way past there.
Straight at it?
Straight at it. Pop it in there. Straight at it. Pop it in. Well done. So a really solid hole there for Lee coming up the fifth. Great drive. Bit more like what we're trying to get from Lee with regards to a strike. You can see there, as soon as he gets that strike right, he's got some good power in Lee. Second shot in, the lie was perfect. It just enabled him to sort of really pop that ball up in the air, get it up and over that tree, and then let the wind take it for the rest of it. Now, when you play shots like that, you've got to be careful that sometimes the ball can sort of drop out of the air a little bit when it's heavily downwind like it was there, but I felt like the lie was pretty good there that would keep that ball up in the air. He could get a decent bit of spin on the ball to keep it up in the air coming in. Really good second shot. Gave himself a great opportunity for setting up a birdie. I just sort of didn't take into effect that slope was quite a big one there, and I also thought that the wind would sort of buffer off on it, but ultimately it just moved. He didn't push it yet. A really good putt. It just moved a lot on the slope. So a solid par. The only negative that I would take there from Lee is the speed of which he's hit that first putt. I just want to start to see Lee leaving himself sort of 9 inches past the cup. I don't want to see him sort of banging it all the time way past the cup. He's just putting himself under pressure that he doesn't need to be doing. Let's move on to the sixth and see how he gets on for these 3 holes. Right, a narrow little par 4 up here. Position is everything off the tee, but you don't want to leave yourself too far back, so I want to try and push you as much as we can into the kind of bottleneck up here, because it's quite narrow, it's all bottlenecked. Yeah. So I'm going to hit hybrid up here. Right. Just making sure I get it all the way as close to that sort of big tree on the right there as I can, but I'm going to be on the left hand side of it. Does that make sense?
What's the start line?
Start line is, can you see the tallest conifer in the distance there?
Yeah.
Sort of right there, that's the tallest conifer. Right on there is your start position.
Okay.
Straight downwind, trust the shot. Yeah, great golf shot. See that down?
Yeah, down, bouncing.
Yeah, it started up just up the left side. Didn't move at all, did it, on the wind at all?
No, I just stayed out there.
Pretty much spot on.
Should be safe enough.
Right, flirting with a little bit of danger up the left, but pretty good. You've got 100 yards to that flag. Okay. It's straight downwind. You've got a really good lie. I want you to hit a flat out 60. My 60 and your 60 goes about 80 yards. Okay, I want you to be aggressive with this shot with a 60-degree wedge. Straight at it.
Right.
Because the pin's on the front, I don't really want to be messing about, flirting around with trying to hit something easy. I want to be full on, good bit of spin out of this rough if I can get it. That flies, Lee. Have you struck it? Popped up a bit on you?
Then I think I've cleared the bunker.
Yeah?
I think.
Okay, I didn't quite catch that down. Just needed to get over that trap.
Yeah, just sort of went
straight. I mean, like, I've never seen height like that. That's quite impressive. So a really good tee shot for Lee up there. Position for that particular tee shot is absolutely key coming into this 6th hole. You don't want to leave yourself too far back, but you certainly don't want to be going too far forward because it sort of really bottlenecks in. So it was a decent leave for where Lee put it. Now, what I mentioned on the previous hole about hitting sand wedges and lob wedges up in the air and then possibly the odd one that sort of dips out of the air and falls up short, there is a prime example with his second shot. He's caught it a fraction heavy, which then has kind of pushed the strike a little bit higher up the wedge, up the face of the wedge, which has given him a lot of loft. But I could see that the ball just dipped out of the air. So it didn't get to its actual intended total distance, should we say, because it just didn't quite have the spin on it to keep it up in the air, which then dropped short and fell into the bunker. Right, get yourself square that face up, short of the pin, give it a good thump behind the sand, behind the ball, execute down. A little bit of ground before ball, which has allowed it to release a little bit on him, but a lot of ground before ball there.
Safe, isn't it?
It's safe, yeah, it's out. So Lee with his bunker shot, just chatting off camera after he's hit that, he's not a massively confident bunker player. It's something that we're going to have a little look at in the future with his game, but he just didn't feel overly positive when he hit the bunker shot, so he actually almost duffed it out of the bunker, so he's caught it heavy just to get it out and then let it release up the green. Didn't quite execute it how I would want to play it myself, but ultimately it's an area we're going to have to work on with his game. Uphill putt, okay? Just going to move off your left hand side there. Now it's uphill but it's downwind, so I'm playing it pretty flat. Okay, but just moving off the left edge, maybe an inch outside left edge is what I'm looking for. Okay, again 9 inches past the cup. Good putt again. Just that pace again though, isn't it, Lee? Just that pace.
No, it's
super positive. Got to be so careful on these greens. Okay, this is moving an inch outside right now. You're on a bit of a slope there. Okay, I want you to, you're going to be falling this into the front door. Well done, very good. Those sort of little putts there can get away from you, and just dropping it in the front door is perfect. Lots of stress from what Lee is producing with his putting. He's not quite getting it on the right line. I want to see him kind of dying them in these windy conditions. Greens are quite quick, so he's got to be careful not to put himself, you know, he's leaving himself lots of sort of 4-foot putts coming back down the slope and things like that. It's a lot of pressure. You get that wrong on a day and you can start to drop shots really, really quickly. It's something he's going to have to start working on. You can hear me saying to him, always 9 inches past the cup. It's something I want him to start focusing on moving forward. So after 6 holes, Lee is now 4 over par. He was 1 over par coming into the 4th hole here today, and he's dropped 2 shots on the par 4 4th hole. He's then parred the 5th hole and he's dropped a further shot now going down 6. He now moves on to part 3 at 4 over par. Let's see how he gets on in part 3. I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow at 6 PM. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing, and as always, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.